Good morning. Good, very cold morning here anyway on this Tuesday, December the 9th, 2025. And we are about 3 weeks away from the very end of this year, which is hard to believe. It feels like it's going to be much longer, but it isn't when I look at it in reality. We've got 12 days until the official start of winter in this hemisphere. And let's see, 3 weeks from today will be the 30th, so we'll be just one day shy of New Year's Eve. So again, to me, it doesn't feels like there's more time, but there really isn't. And that means that there is a new year coming, and boy, are we excited for 2026. Even with all the chaos in the world, on a micro level anyway, new year, new opportunities, new beginnings, shed the old, on with the new. There's only one, that's really the only option. And it's kind of true every year in a sense that you're letting go of whatever happened, good or bad or indifferent for the last year, and writing a new story one day at a time for the next year. So here we are on the precipice of that opportunity. And as I said, we've got 12 days until the official start of winter. I woke up this morning and it was, let's see, it was like ridiculously cold. Like right now, as I speak, it's 19 degrees Fahrenheit. So, what is that? 13 degrees below zero. In terms of Celsius, it is -7 degrees Celsius. So that is where we're at today. It is very cold, although it will be sunny. I guess we'll take what we can get. On this day in 1968, do you know what happened? I didn't, but I checked it this morning. Today, in 1968, was the first public debut of the computer mouse in San Francisco, which is, again, kind of hard to believe. I didn't know the mouse predated my birth, but I guess it did. So what is that, 57 years ago? So what is going on? Well, one more day, unlike any other. They're all so unique. I was trying to sort out some accounting things and trying to understand certain terminology that I found very difficult. And I got into quite a conversation with our accounting team because I kept going back to not understanding something, and they kept trying to explain it, and I still didn't understand it. And you ever get in that situation where you feel like, am I stupid? Am I, what am I missing here? And the reality is, I remember this in law, everything at the end of the day is fairly simple if you can break it down to its most basic elements. And that's always been one of the problems with the professions, with the professional services, is that they develop their own specific nomenclature and language, and it's important. The definitions are all important, and everyone in that profession needs to know them. But boy, it's sure frustrating when you feel stupid because you don't get it, and then you sleep on it, and you wake up, and you kind of go, "Oh, I think that's what they're saying. I think so." So we'll have to go back and check, but mentally exhausting. Excited for today, though, because I'm going back to the studio in Times Square, and we're going to look at the different sets that are available and create kind of a fixed menu of the best sets that you can choose from if you're going to do an in-person shoot there, depending on how many people are going to be doing it. So if it's one person to camera versus two people, versus more than two people, podcast style around a table, or I suppose podcast style around a round table with cushier chairs, or more of a businessy table. There's just all kinds of options. So we're going to create a really compelling menu. So one of the things that as I've been standing up this new venture and talking to people, is the exhaustion is real. And so while you might think that giving people choice is a good thing, hey, you get to choose whatever you want, kind of like Burger King, your way, right away. 90% of the time, maybe more, people just want you to tell them what the best thing is. They want to be the ability to do a final sign off on it, of course, but put the best options in front of you, in front of them, and suggest what is right for them. And if you have trust, everybody's happy because it's one fewer thing to worry about, one fewer thing to have to make a decision about. And I think just the more conversations I'm having, that decision fatigue is playing into it, and I can see that we're going to need to package and make things simple and make good recommendations for people and not assume that they're going to want a whole bunch of editorial discretion. If they trust you and they like your work product, that's what they're paying for. And it's interesting to run up against sort of old presumptions. Maybe it's from growing up in a world where when I was a kid, it was all about having all the choices in the world. And now we have too many choices and it's exhausting. And so helping people navigate that is a value in and of itself. And I'll be focusing on that. But boy, the difference between focusing on, what's new and building out something new and going after that versus staying in, the problem solving mode of the old, is night and day. I can definitely see that as well. So these are some fragments from my mind today, maybe not so coherent, but it makes sense to me. And whatever made sense to you, I hope it's helpful. As always, be good to yourself and others. Thanks for listening. Please give us a good like on Apple Podcasts if you are so inclined. And have a great day today. And remember, tomorrow is a new day as well. So you get another shot at it. It's the best we can ever do. Bye-bye for now.